Two things Jesus never rushed. The world tells us, hurry, hurry to succeed, hurry to become someone, hurry to keep up. But when we look at the life of Jesus, we discover two things. He never rushed. Let's walk through the Gospels together and discover what they can teach us today. The first thing Jesus never rushed was people. One day, a synagogue leader named Jairus begged Jesus to come quickly. His little daughter was dying. Mark chapter 5, verse 22 to 23. As Jesus began walking towards Jairus' house, something unexpected happened. A woman who had suffered for 12 long years quietly reached through the crowd and touched the edge of his cloak. Mark chapter 5, verses 25 to 28. Jesus could have kept walking. Jairus' daughter was still dying. The crowd was still moving. But Jesus stopped. He turned around, looked for the woman, and spoke with her. He gave her something far greater than a miracle. He gave her his time. The miracle could have ended there. But while Jesus was still speaking, messengers arrived. "Your daughter is dead. Don't bother the teacher anymore." Mark chapter 5, verse 35. But Jesus overheard what they were saying. He looked at Jairus and quietly said, "Do not be afraid. Only believe." Mark chapter 5, verse 36. Jesus continued to Jairus' house. When they arrived, people were already weeping and mourning. Jesus looked around at the people who were crying and mourning. He said to them, "Why are you making such a commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but asleep." Mark chapter 5, verse 39. But they laughed at him. They were certain that the little girl was dead. Jesus asked everyone to leave the room. Only the child's parents and 3 of his disciples went inside with him. Jesus walked over to the little girl. He gently took her by the hand. And he said, "Talitha koum," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." Jesus gave them one final instruction: give her something to eat. Jesus was never late. While everyone else thought it was over, he was already working. Trust his timing. Perhaps today you feel that God is taking too long. Perhaps, like Jairus, you have been waiting and wondering if it's too late. But the story of Jesus reminds us that God's timing is always perfect. He is never late. He is never early. He is always right on time. The second thing Jesus never rushed was God's timing. And nowhere do we see this more clearly than in the story of Lazarus. John chapter 11. Jesus received a message "Lord, the one you love is sick." Everyone expected Jesus to leave immediately. But when Jesus heard the message, he said, "This sickness will not end in death. It is for God's glory." And then Jesus did something that no one expected. Instead, Jesus stayed where he was for 2 more days. To everyone else, it looked like he was too late. 2 days passed. Lazarus died. And by the time Jesus arrived, he had been in the tomb for 4 days. When Martha saw Jesus, she said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." She believed Jesus could have healed Lazarus, but she never imagined what he was about to do. Jesus looked at Martha and said, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me will live, even though they die." Jesus wasn't late. He was preparing to reveal the glory of God. Then Jesus went to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha said, "Lord, by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days." But Jesus looked at her and said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and prayed, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me." Then, with a loud voice, Jesus cried, "Lazarus, come out." The man who had died came out. His hands and feet were wrapped with linen. A cloth was around his face. Jesus said, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." Jesus never rushed God's timing. Everyone else thought it was too late. But Jesus was never late. He was preparing something greater. If you are waiting today, don't lose hope. Jesus is still working. Trust his timing. 2 things Jesus never rushed. People. God's timing. Because love is never in a hurry. So, if you're waiting today, don't give up. Keep trusting. Keep praying. Keep believing. Jesus has never been late. And he won't start with you.